Hi guys, I'm Saumya and I'm back again with another video. I hope you're all well and safe. So today's video is a reading vlog and it has been quite a while since I posted on my channel, and that's because life has been very hectic. But never mind, I'm back for good now, and in today's vlog I am going to read and talk about these two books. So the first book is M and the Big Hoom by Jerry Pinto, and the second one is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. Now, as for M and the Big Hoom, I have to start reading this book today, and I'm going to finish this book today itself because today is relatively free for me. So I really want to finish at least one book. And as for The Starless Sea, I'm already reading this book and I have read 175 pages of this book so far, and this is a slow read, to be honest. So I'm not sure if I will be able to finish this book, but I do hope to make considerable progress with this one. So Zachary comes across a book in his university library called Sweet Sorrows, and this book doesn't have an author. So Zachary is a big reader and he starts reading this book and he is shocked to his core when he discovers that there is one story in the book that describes an exact incident that took place in his life 14 years ago, and it's like the exact story. There is every detail present in that particular story about that incident. So then he obviously embarks on an adventure into a completely different world that usually people are unaware of. That's the premise of the story, and that's what usually a fantasy is. And one thing I really like about this book is that it has a lot of literary references. So if you are a voracious reader, you will love reading this book because of how bookish this book is. But I will not suggest this book to a beginner reader because of its slow pace. Anyway, I am not forming a definite opinion about this book because that won't be right, as I haven't yet finished reading it. There is still a lot to be read. It has 500 pages and I have read only 175. So 325 pages are a lot. So let's see how I am going to like it when I finish it. So out of these two books, I am going to read M and the Big Hoom by Jerry Pinto for now because I plan to finish this book today itself. So this book is about mental illness and mental health. So the protagonist of the story is a woman named Imelda who suffers from depression and she makes frequent attempts to die. So I don't know much about this book. I just know that I have been wanting to read this for a long time, and honestly I have high hopes from this book because it has been written by Jerry Pinto and he had translated Cobalt Blue by Sachin Kundalkar from Marathi to English, and I really love that book and I really liked the English translation as well because I think it was beautiful. Obviously, translation cannot compete with the original, but individually Cobalt Blue was a great book in terms of its language as well. So I'm looking forward to this book too. So we have a guest at home and we are really enjoying her company. This is my cousin's dog, and I mean, she definitely adds color to our day because it's a delight having her at home, because I personally have never had a dog, so this is all a very new but a beautiful experience for me. I'm really enjoying all of this a lot. So I decided to read M and the Big Hoom with a cup of tea because I was planning on finishing it the very same day. So I have been reading this book for the past 2.5 hours, and I have read 156 pages of this book so far. So I have read this much of this book. It has 235 pages, so 79 pages are left, and I am very positive that I'll finish this book today because I am enjoying reading this book a lot. And this book is a total page turner and it's very engrossing and it is a very well written book. So Imelda, who's the protagonist of the book, is referred to as M by her children, and her husband Augustine is referred to as the Big Hoom. So M and the Big Hoom are actually husband and wife, and this story has been narrated by M's son, and he talks about M's depression, her mania, how she tries to commit suicide, how she tries to kill herself several times, and he talks about how her depression comes in phases and how their family deals with this. He talks about his father, the Big Hoom, how he deals with M's bouts of depressions, and basically in this book he has also talked about how M and the Big Hoom, that is his parents, met, and this book is taking place in Mumbai. This book is based on a very serious topic, but at the same time it has been written in a very witty manner, and I have laughed quite a few times while reading this book because of M's dialogues, because her dialogues are really funny, because that's how her character has been shown. She is somebody who says what comes to her mind, and sometimes it's very funny, other times it's downright cruel, and then there are times when she wanders off. So after reading M and the Big Hoom, I decided to go out and basically relax a little bit, because that's something that I haven't been doing. So I am a person who doesn't particularly have a sweet tooth, but from time to time I like enjoying desserts. So this was one of those days, because I decided to get a pastry and a macaron, and as if that wasn't enough, I then went to Starbucks to have a double chocolate chip frappuccino. So recently I've started watching a K-drama on Netflix which is called It's Okay Not to Be Okay. So I have watched the first episode of this K-drama and a little bit of the second episode. It deals with the topics of mental health and childhood trauma, and it is a story of a children's author and an employee who works in a psychiatric ward. So the first episode itself was very intense and quite uncomfortable at times, and engrossing all the same. So I'm very much looking forward to how this show is going to turn out for me, because not very long ago I finished watching Dark here on Netflix, and that was a phenomenal show. So I really want my streak of watching good shows to continue, and I'm also waiting for the season 4 of Stranger Things. So now to give you a few updates, after I came back I watched the second episode of It's Okay Not to Be Okay on Netflix, and then after that I finished the remaining pages of M and the Big Hoom, which were 79 pages, and I liked the first sitting more than the second sitting, but on the whole I still liked M and the Big Hoom. Altogether it was a good experience, and I will recommend it to you because the writing is brilliant, it has dark humor, it deals with a rather sensitive topic, which is that of mental health, very beautifully, especially the fact that it has been narrated by M's son. The way he experiences her nervous breakdowns, how he feels as somebody who's on the outside, all that has been captured very beautifully in this book. So reading it was altogether a lovely experience. Next up, I also read a few pages of the Starless Sea. I did not read as much as I had intended to. I was hoping to read at least 150 pages, but I could read only 75, which means that I have read 250 pages of this book so far. So the thing is that I feel pretty much the same as I was feeling about this book when I was at 175 pages. One thing I can tell you is that I do not love this book as much as The Night Circus, because I was instantly enamored by The Night Circus at the time I had read it, which was in 2016. So I had ordered some books from Amazon and I have received that book mail. I'm not going to show you these books in this vlog. I'll film a book haul video for this one very soon. But the point is that I'm back on my channel for good. This hiatus was unplanned. So guys, that was it. That was my vlog, and I really enjoyed how today went, and I wish I could have read more pages of the Starless Sea, but apart from that everything else was pretty good and relaxing, and I am looking forward to making more videos on my channel, and I will see you in my next video super soon. Please take care till then and keep reading and exploring new books, guys. Bye.